Meltingly tender, sticky pork ribs would have to be my Achilles heel. I absolutely adore them. And I'm going to show you my recipe that includes only 6 ingredients. That's right, 6 ingredients, and they make the most perfect ribs. Now I've got 1.2 kilograms of spare ribs here. You could also use belly ribs, so fatter ribs, which will mean that they just need a little bit more time cooking. Now I've just put them into a tray in one single layer. Now that's very important. And now we're going to get the sauce ingredients ready. First of all, some beer, 330 millilitres of a dark ale beer. I like the dark flavour because it's going to give this a deeper flavour at the end. Also some honey, you need a good amount of honey, and you can see how liquidy it is. I've just put that in the microwave to soften it so it's easier to pour. And then the third ingredient is soy sauce. Now, soy sauce is a pretty amazing product because it's a natural seasoning. It's literally soybeans, water and salt, and it really transforms so many dishes. So I need 1/4 cup of this. I'm not going to use any salt here because this is going to season the ribs. And 2 star anise. Now, 2 star anise is plenty for this because they're quite strong, especially when they've been cooking for a long time. So into a bowl. We'll give that a mix just to dissolve that honey. And I can just smell in its raw format here that this is going to be absolutely delicious. Now I'm going to pour this over the ribs. So just carefully so it doesn't splash. And you can see that it's just coating them. And now I'll add some water. Now my recipe calls for 330 millilitres, but you only need enough to cover the ribs. So this will depend on what type of tray you use. So that's plenty for me. Now a little bit of baking paper. This is going to help them steam. And just scrunch it up. And then just nestle it into the tray. Just a little bit more pliable when you scrunch it up first. And then 2 layers of foil. And that's it. Now that goes into the oven, 150, 160 degrees for about 2.5 hours, or until the meat starts to fall off the bone. Now you have to be really careful at this stage because we want to take the ribs out without breaking them up too much. So just while they're still warm, out and straight onto the board. And we'll lift this second one and carefully place that on there. And now for this liquid gold, I'm going to place it into a large saute pan. Now, the larger it is, the easier it's going to be to reduce this faster. So in it goes. And then I'm going to place this on a medium to high heat and just allow this to bubble away so it gets really sticky and glossy. This is going to take about 10 to 15 minutes, which gives me just enough time to cool down these ribs. They are really, really soft at this stage. You can see if I just pull away, that is going to fall off the bone. But we do want to keep them slightly together so we can present them later on. So once they've cooled down for about 5 minutes, I'm going to cut them into thirds. And look at this, it's glossy, it's rich, it's golden brown, it's a deep, dark golden brown. So I'll turn that off. Now this is really hot, don't forget there's honey in there, so be very careful when you start to bathe these beautiful ribs. So in they go, and I'll put in 1 rack at a time, and then just turn them over and look at that. This is what I call exciting cooking. Now they're completely cooked, so all we're doing here is coating them in this gloss. Unbelievable, these are so beautiful. Now I'm just going to use my spoon also to make sure that they're all coated on both sides. Yum. I'm going to pile them up onto a plate. And a few more over here. And then the next round, I'm just going to put a few more in there, coating them, turning them. It's amazing how simple ingredients like beer, soy sauce and honey can transform ribs from okay ribs to amazing ribs. This is one of those recipes that I'm talking about that I love to do at least once a week or every second week. This is quite a generous portion for one person. This is enough for 2 people here. And then I'm just going to add that little star anise and a little bit of chili on top because I love the contrast of colours. And this is the bit I've been waiting for. Pulling them apart, fingers of course, crucial, just to see how soft they are. Look at that, meat's just falling off. Now I must admit I should have worn a bib because it's going to get very messy here. Oh, I'm in heaven. They are the best ribs you'll ever cook. Oh.